I definitely believe there was some help from the other side to make it all work for her to be here today.
Out of the hospital and on the mend. Tonight, baby Lily, whose story captured the world, shows us why she's such a strong little girl.
From the video to the mysterious voice asking for help, the story of Lily's rescue has been one many will never forget.
Tonight, she was here, along with her mother's family, to address the latest questions in the investigation and to talk about the future. And Koyo, you sat down with them tonight.
Yeah, and you know, it was very emotional for them. They talked to me about watching that video, and as the Grosbeck family watched the rescue video of 19-month-old Lily, they say, of course, it's emotional to watch, knowing that their sister and daughter is in that car. But today, they say that knowing Lily survived, it gives them hope that she'll have a bright future.
Pass her up. Here, right here, right here.
Go. There are no words.
Come on, baby.
To describe a life-changing moment like this.
I don't think there can be really any stronger example of, you know, loving someone so much that you're willing to stick around even after.
Jennifer Grosbeck died more than a week ago when her car crashed into the Spanish Fork River. Her father says he knew something was wrong when he woke up the next morning.
When I got to her place, her car wasn't there, and then I knew something was wrong.
Rescuers scrambled to save her daughter, Lily. 14 hours later, when a fisherman found the car turned upside down.
Definitely when I saw the video and hearing them talk back to the voice and say, "We're coming, we're here," it's incredible. Up and about, running around.
Just rambunctious, yeah. She hasn't missed a note. Everything she knew before, she knows now. And
while Spanish Fork investigators work to find out what caused the crash, police say they found drugs in a purse in the vehicle.
She had been in a car accident and had back surgery not even a year earlier, and you know, she was a medical assistant going to school. You know, so hopefully that can bring a conclusion to a lot of people's ideas. And
now they say they're focused on their family village raising baby Lily.
It was really important to Jenny that she had a close relationship with all of us. And so that is proving to be very purposeful now.
And as they said goodbye to their Jenny this past weekend, no, they're not really saying goodbye.
We're very happy and blessed that, you know, a part of Jenny is still here with us.
I just feel like she definitely has a purpose here.
Now, as far as who has custody of Lily, her uncle Garrett and his wife, the one that you saw in the video, has temporary custody, and they say they're working on permanent custody sometime in the future. Dave?
But it's a story that has the ultimate sadness and hope and happiness on the two sides, and we just wish the family the best.
And still some questions unanswered, too.
Right. Okay, and Koyo.
Thanks.
Thank you. Deanie?
With roughly $25,000 in loans, Paiboon left his family in Thailand with the promise of lucrative employment in America.
The first thing that they did upon arriving at the airport, they took away our travel documents, passport.
The recruiters he paid found Boone work on southern Utah pig farms in Milford and Beaver counties, but he soon realized they did not live up to their promises.
And then they told us that just work and don't make any trouble. And so I knew that right from the beginning I didn't want to complain. And so I just toughened it up.
Boone says his recruiters kept him isolated, withheld pay for weeks at a time, and housed him with as many as 21 men.
Utah is a destination place for traffickers.
Assistant U.S. Attorney Brett Parkinson heads the Utah Human Trafficking Task Force, which reports 56 slave laborers in Utah in the past 2 years, with hundreds more kept hidden in Utah homes.
Because it is so underground, as you already mentioned, and people thinking that this is such a safe and good community maybe aren't looking for some of the indicators that other people would be concerned with.
Eventually, Boone and his co-workers found legal help. He's free from bondage and works in Utah now with a T visa for traffic victims. His work conditions much better.
Okay, so it's like a day and night.
It was the idea of a warm bed and food to eat that enticed Amanda Bonella to join a street gang. They promised to take care of her. Instead, pimps beat her, kept her isolated, and forced her into prostitution.
My dates were priests, lawyers, police, social workers, fathers with car seats in the back of their car.
The shame of her lifestyle kept Benella in the sex trade for 10 years, during which time she got pregnant. Eventually, her daughter was her ticket out.
You need such an intense motivation to do what it takes to get out, because it's really, really hard.
Child Rescue's Lindsay Hadley says Benella's story is typical, and the internet makes it easier to exploit the most vulnerable victims.
Are the kids that are kind of forgotten in society. They're the kids falling through the cracks, so to speak. They're the runaways or the foster kids.
The Utah Human Trafficking Task Force gets hundreds of leads or tips, but so far they have successfully prosecuted only 7 individuals for human trafficking-related crimes.
We often have trouble also with victims. I mean, they've spent some time with the trafficker who's taken advantage of them for one reason or another and has really messed with their mind. And having them continue through and be courageous throughout the whole prosecution process is sometimes difficult and complicated, to say the least.
As for Benella, she warns parents, stay close to your kids, because for some, life on the street is better than what's going on at home.
I would definitely rather, still to this day, would rather work in prostitution than spend another night in a house where at any moment a man could walk in the room and start touching me without my consent, and I had to call him dad.